If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle, putting the wow in transmogs.
If you want the shoulders, you're going to have to head over to Emerald Dream. Put it on Heroic version. Spoils of the Nightmare is the drop. Mantle of Perpetual Bloom, 7% on the drop rate. One of my all-time favorite cloth chests in the game, in other words, a robe. Robes of Umbral Brute, got to head to Ulduar, Cache of Living Stone, 10% on the drop rate to pick up the chest piece. Got a dwarf showing you the belt, Antiquated Highborn Singe, the Nighthold Heroic. There's the boss, and a decent drop rate of 14%. Moving on, we're going to show you the feet are Silver Thread Boots. Nomeron, my least favorite dungeon. Various mobs, just kill them all or step up, and you could buy it on the auction house. I buy it on the auction house because I don't like Nomeron. The hands, Slave Handler Hand Wraps, Zanger Marsh Rock Stompers, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house. The back, Gilded Seraph's Drape. The Burning Throne, the Heroic version. Admiral Virax is the boss. Kind of a low drop rate, but I really like that tier. Cloak from Legion. Moving on, we're going to show you the headpiece, Vil Breath Mask. Highmaul Heroic. Kargath Blade Fist is the boss, and a decent drop rate. And the offhand, Fire Rune Grimoire, Molten Core, 2 bosses there. Kind of a fair drop rate to pick that up. You can substitute something though if you want. Weapon, Flesh Carving Scalpel, Ice Crown Citadel, Professor Petricide. First tune down the catwalk, we have an Undead Male showing you the shoulders, which you're going to get out of the LFR version of Ogrimmar. Siegecrafter Blackfuse is the boss. Kind of a low drop rate, but really like those shoulders for Warlocks. The chest piece is kind of part of a Priest tier set, but this is that drop that you could get for the other 2 clothies. Dragon Soul Heroic, it's the first boss, so it's very, very easy to get, very quick to get. Got a lady here, Lady Human, showing you Tyrannical Gladiator's Cord of Accuracy. So to get this and be accurate with it, you got to head to MOP, PvP Vendor, Valley of the Four Winds, 1 Mark of Honor to pick up the belt. The feet, Arcane Boots, Blackrock Spire, various mobs, kill them all, or best bet, head over to the auction house and just buy it. Probably pretty cheap. Got a Dude Void Elf showing you the hands, gloves of Abhorrent Strategies. The Burning Throne Heroic, Fellseeker Ritualist, drop it, and it's kind of a low drop rate, but I think there's quite a few of them to kill, so it all works out one way or another. Frost Guard Drape, Wrath of the Lich King level tailoring. Check your local tailor or your local auction house to pick up the drape. The headpiece, Gul'dan's Hood of Triumph, Ice Crown Citadel. Actually, it's Ice Crown. You can just buy it from the vendor there, so that's good. That's a lot better, right? It's a lot easier. And the weapon, Balefire Spire. This is one of those drops, armament drops, so you got to get it out of Tanan Jungle, so easy to get. This set says, yeah, I'm a Warlock, fear me. The shoulders, Conqueror's Deathbringer shoulder pads, Ulduar Yogg-Saron is the boss. 40% is the drop rate. Great drop rate for those shoulders. The chest piece is from Warlords of Draenor the Fun. Blackrock Foundry is the place. Flamebender Kagraz, 14%. Shadow Council's Robes. Moving on, the belt is the Court of Blossoming Petals. The Burning Throne Heroic, Essence of Eonar. Kind of a fair drop rate on the belt, but it says Warlock to me. Anyway, moving on, the feet, Vindicator's Soft Soul Slippers, Blood Missile. That's an Alliance-only piece, but you could easily substitute that. That's not too hard. And the hands are straight out of Ulduar, Conqueror's Deathbringer Gloves, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. Cache of Innovation, 10% on the drop rate. Now we're going to show you the back, which is the Frost Guard Drape, Wrath of the Lich King level tailoring. Check your Wrath tailor, or you can just buy it on the auction house, and quite a few lookalikes on that cape, by the way. And the headpiece, Void Heart Crown, Karazhan, the BC version, last boss, Prince Malchazar, 29%. is the drop rate. And no, if you happen to summon them out of a portal, it doesn't drop it. Just letting you know. And the last piece, the weapon at Hellfire Citadel. Fair drop rate for the staff. Gonna start off with the shoulders, which we can get out of the Throne of Thunder LFR version. Iron Qualin is the boss. Kind of a fair drop rate to get the Mantle of Thousandfold Hells. That sounds really, really, really unpleasant. The chest, Embrace of the Wind Serpent. Sunken Temple, Shade of Hakar is the boss. 5% on a drop rate. Matter of fact, one of the artifact weapons for Demonology, one of the appearances, great with this set. Strife Riddled Cinch. Tomb of Sargeras. Looking for raid, and Madam of Vigilance is the boss. And the feat, Consortium Boots, Blade Edge Mountains is a drop from that particular elite or rare. I'm not sure what he is. Or you could just step up and buy it on the auction house. Really good drop rate, by the way, for those brown boots. The hands, Gloves of Thousandfold Hells. Throne of Thunder LFR version. High Priestess Marley is the boss, and it's kind of a fair drop rate to pick that up. Moving on, the back piece, Gaia's Embrace, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor or your local auction house to get that kind of throw up green cloak. And we have an undead dude, and he wants to show you the headpiece, Demon Prince's Ascendant Crown. Hellfire Citadel, last boss, Archmon, 14% on the drop rate. And the final piece, which I said, the reason I don't do a lot of artifacts is because they just don't show up on the add-on or the program that I use, unfortunately. We're going to start off with a place from MOP. Dreadful Gladiators, Fellweave Amorous, whatever it's called. It's from MOP, and you can buy it on the auction house because it can be crafted, or 2 or 3 Marks of Honor will get it also. The chess piece, Diabolic Robe, Tomb of Sargeras, Mythic version, Madam of Vigilance, low drop rate, but look at that robe. You got to get that robe. And we have the belt, Fire Strike Cord, Townlong Steps, Shadowpan Assault Quartermaster, 275 gold. You're going to have some rep. I think it's friendly. I'm not 100% sure. Friendly or revered. It's definitely not exalted. The feet, woolen boots, vanilla level tailoring, or just buy it on the auction house. I went with that dark kind of green thing, so you could always go with something different. Boots aren't that much of a thing in this particular set. The Dreadful Gladiators Fellweave Handguards, MOP PvP vendor, which would be correct. And you could also buy it on the auction house as a crafted piece. The Cloak of the Enemy. The Nexus Commander Kolorg, I can't pronounce his name. It starts with a K. Ask him politely before you kill him, and maybe he'll drop that piece for you. The headpiece, Dreadful Gladiators Fellweave Cowl, which drops out of the MOP PvP vendor for 3 Marks of Honor, or you can buy it on the auction house as a crafted piece. And the weapon, Staff of Trials, Proving Grounds. It's quest reward from your garrison from good old Warlords of Drain All the Fun. Have a lady human showing you the shoulders. Fellheart shoulder pads. Molten Core. Baron Geddon is the boss. 28% on the drop rate. Now the chest is going to be a piece that you're going to get out of the Vindicar, which is one of the relinquished pieces that you're going to have to open, buy for currency, or maybe you get it as a drop. It's called the Doomsinger Robe. Really works well with this set. The belt, Demon Buckle Sash of Argus, Hellfire Citadel, Archimond. Ask him nicely for the belt, but he's probably not going to give it to you, so you're going to have to kill him, and it's going to be about a 14% drop rate. The feet, you could go with anything because they're not really shown that much here. I went with the brownish kind of look here, vanilla level tailoring. You can buy it on the auction house or craft the linen boots or find some tailor to do it. Take about 20 seconds. Fellheart gloves, part of the same tier set as the shoulders, Molten Core. Lucifron is the boss. 27% is the drop rate. The back, Gilded Thorian Cloak, one of my favorite cloaks. Shows up in a lot of Transmog videos, so it's always worth getting. Karazhan BC version, Terrestrian Ilhoof, 17%. Have a dude, Warlock, who happens to be undead, showing you the Fellheart Horns, Molten Core. Gar is the boss, 17% on the drop rate. And we're going to show you the weapon, which is Horde only, and it's the replica staff of Gul'dan from the special event Warcraft movie from Warlords of Draenor All the Fun. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.